Hey, Joe.
Oh, fuck, hey, Joe, what's up, man?
Did you rob a bank today?
I'm actually a fan of Tom Holland's work. I try to keep abreast of what he has in development, and I wait for each of his new projects with hope and anticipation. He's a talented guy who's only begun to show what he's capable of doing as an actor. And full disclosure, I really hope to get the chance to work with him one day. I am a fan of the Russo brothers. In 2019, they stuck the landing on one of the biggest pop culture and cinematic events of the century. They stuck the landing in a year where other gigantic franchises failed their audiences miserably. So I'm going to show up to everything they do. They've got my respect, and they've got my future dollars, because they've earned it. I read, or rather listened to Ciara as soon as I heard Tom Holland was attached. Gotta tell you, it's not a fun read, but given the aforementioned trio and the work they've done previously, I am extremely hopeful for this movie. So, I just finished watching it. Let me tell you what I thought.
I joined the army.
What? Why would you do that?
Because I was sad, baby.
So you joined the army?
Maybe this will be good. You know, I can go away and you can go to school in Montreal.
The only reason why I was going to Montreal was to get away from you. So...
In a non-spoiler nutshell, here's the plot of Ciara. Boy meets girl, and they fall for each other. Girl dumps boy, so boy joins the army. Boy spends 2 years emotionally and psychologically devastated by war and comes back home a broken man. In constant pain, boy turns to medication and gets addicted. Girl, who never actually left boy, follows him down the addiction rabbit hole. Addiction leads to serial armed robbery.
Ma'am, it's nothing personal.
Fun story, huh? One of the best ways to describe the performances in this film is raw. There's so much bodily fluid flowing in this movie that is just super uncomfortable. It was a really smart choice to keep it this grounded, this gritty, if you will, with Ciara Bravo and Tom Holland. Everything is cut so close to the bone. In their joy, in their despair, performances that would be difficult for any actor at any age. They nail it. And they're wonderfully evenly matched in terms of performance. This is only the second rated R movie that Tom Holland has done, and the first where he's the lead. This film will see Tom Holland go places that people never knew he was capable of. And that's only because this is early in his career. Describing Ciara tonally is complicated, but that's not to say that that doesn't work. I think you could fairly say that it's part jarhead, part true romance, and part high fidelity. To be honest, it's not always clear whether you should be laughing at a situation or not. And while it bounces back and forth between levity and straight-up drama, that shifting is necessary because the ground beneath Ciara's feet is literally shifting. These characters rarely feel like they're on solid ground. They rarely feel like they're in control of anything. This is a nitpick. I do have to say the movie's too long. Not by a lot, but it is too long. There are a few sequences that go on and on and on. And I get why they did that. What Ciara is going through is long and tedious and painful. And the Russos don't want to just skip over that. But if I'm shifting my chair, it's taking too long. As an editor, I could probably find one scene in every one of those chapters that you probably wouldn't miss if I could save 5 to 7 minutes somewhere in an effort to keep my audience engaged. I would have. But that's me Monday morning quarterbacking.
I flashed my gun on the way out so he knows he did. Just give the money away.
That's supposed to make you a good guy now.
Did you fight for this fucking country?
So here's the thing. I read the book, listened to the book, because I knew that it was a Tom Holland project. I wasn't particularly predisposed to the issue. You know, I don't do drugs, I've never done drugs, and I really don't know anyone who has gone down that rabbit hole in the way that these characters do. This film depicts a level of devastating, tragic addiction. And I gotta be honest, I never really had any sympathy for people who did. Yes, I recognize that addiction is an illness, just like PTSD. But I've also been removed from seeing the effects of this particular American epidemic. So I had a pretty hard time sympathizing with the character of Cherry. After all, he is in a situation of his own making. He got himself into it, he can get himself out. And if he can't make better decisions for himself, oh well. And that was my general feeling about the book. And I was pretty nervous about how the movie would translate. Cherry says himself, I'm not a good person. If he doesn't care about himself, why should we? But here's the thing. No matter how many bad decisions he makes, ultimately, he always comes back to, am I doing what's best for Emily? Cherry may think of himself as being no good, that he's someone that's not worth saving, but he loves someone who he thinks is worthy of saving, that makes him worth saving too. Maybe he's not a good person or an evil person. Maybe he's just decent. And decent people are worthy of empathy. Decent people are worth saving.